Hey SnapFlash fam, fashion meets entrepreneurship, and the stakes are high in Botswana's style scene. Création Botswana is heading toward its dazzling grand finale with a 100,000 Pula prize waiting for the country's top fashion entrepreneurs. Let's dive into how this initiative is changing the game for local designers. Could Botswana's next global fashion icon be crowned right here in Gaborone? With mentorship, business training, and a shot at international exposure, Création Botswana isn't just a competition, it's a movement. Stay with us to find out how it's empowering the future of fashion. Before we hit the runway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. SnapFlash brings you the boldest stories shaping Africa, and you won't want to miss a beat. The Création Botswana program, led by the French Embassy and Alliance Française, with support from the National Arts Council, Lucara Botswana, and Absa Bank, is pushing boundaries in the local fashion and textile industry. 2 winners will walk away with 50,000 Pula each, but every finalist leaves transformed. French Ambassador Olivier Brochenin says this isn't just about fashion. It's about building sustainable businesses, mentorship, and opening international doors for Botswana's creatives, especially women.
This partnership between Botswana and France in the CCI is called today Création Botswana. Création Botswana is a program which happens between France and Botswana and between France and many other African countries. More globally, it's called Création Africa program. This program is about enhancing the capacities in the field of fashion and design, and to support the work and the branding of Botswana's entrepreneurs, with a specific support of each of you who have been selected for this program of support. That is to say, you have been accompanied during 1 year in upscaling your skills and your brand. I hope we can consider, and we'll listen to the various speeches, that the goals have been reached, have been met. You are 28 entrepreneurs of Botswana, men and women, mostly women, and I'm happy that we support women entrepreneurships and women in leadership, like Managing Director of Botswana, of Absa, or Lucara, Madame Larry, symbolizes that we need the women in leadership positions. And happy that most of you are women entrepreneurs. You have been received support, financial support, each of you, to support your entrepreneurship. You've been coming from all over Botswana. That was important for us. It was important for us to make sure that we will go in each and every region of Botswana, and not only Gaborone, but there was a caravan last year, I remember, with an ACB, Alliance Française, Johan Talouan, you've been, Madame Obene, you've been all over the country, Maun, Hansi, to the north, Francistown, to make sure that we get all the talent from Botswana. During this year of training and support, you were able to also have study tours. You were in South Africa a few weeks ago. You had interactions with international level experts from Togo, from Nigeria, from France, from South Africa. And I hope that you all have received a tailor-made support, because this was the goal, tailor-made support for branding your products and upscale your skills, professional skills, to be on the African and global stage.
Since launching in September 2024, participants have trained in business development, design innovation, and market strategy, all building up to the final fashion showdown on the 14th of July 2025 in Gaborone. Lucara Botswana's managing director emphasized the company's vision of creating value beyond diamond mining.
You know, when I joined in 2018, I really wanted to make a difference, and it's not to the gender equality space. It was to everything in the diamond industry, and one of the things, and for whoever follows me in terms of what I say, is beneficiation. We've done so well in diamonds, extracting the rough, taking it to market. But what we really didn't do well at was the whole beneficiation process, the downstream activities. And when I stepped to the helm of being the managing director of Lucara Botswana, that was always my dream. And fast forward to today, the dream is actually coming true. And you know, through partnerships and, sorry, I'm gonna take you through the boring stuff first before I take you through my dream. So allow me to do that. You know, as Lucara Botswana, we subscribe to 10 SDGs. And partnerships, SDG 17 is one of them, Partnership for Goals. And there was a discussion around SDG 5 now. So it's important to understand that, you know, in as much as we look at SDG 5, it's equality, and coming back to the ambassador's comment earlier on, it's not only about suits for women, it's also about the litesi for men as well, right? So please, allow us to dress up really amazingly with litesi, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying guys, but ladies and gentlemen, litesi, bring it to the forefront. I talk about the Paris Fashion Week. I've had the privilege of being there. We tried to bring it to Botswana and did really, really well about a year ago, Tero? Last year, actually, in Feb, when we had a collaboration, look at this, a collaboration with Masika in Botswana, using Botswana diamonds. What an amazing event. We brought the Akba car here. We had a piece that was designed by Botswana designer Mpo, who took Lucara Botswana diamonds, put it on a piece in collaboration with Masika. So we believe in SDG 17, Partnership for Goals, and this is definitely one of the greatest partnerships we've had so far in Botswana. And it's bringing to light and to fruition the partnerships that we want to see around beneficiation. It's not about just the diamonds in rough. It's about polishing those diamonds, polishing the designers here to make them gems, right? And to bring quality designs and quality attire to Botswana and to the world. Because, you know, your canvas, it's a blank canvas, and we're here designing for the world, because we are only 2.5 million people, but how many litesi outfits and suits can we buy? So I think, you know, as you prepare for the world. Don't just prepare for us here in Botswana. KB and I would love to wear your outfits, most definitely. And we are fashionable women, right? So we'd love to wear outfits. And I wouldn't like to just talk about the outfits. I would also like to talk about the jewelry. As we come here and we're presenting to you, we're awarding 50,000 pula to the winner, to one of the winners anyways. But we'd also like to see Botswana designs in terms of jewelry as well. We're going to be pitching one of the designs that we have, which is going to be purely Botswana. Unfortunately, I can't say Botswana gold, but I'll talk about sustainable gold. Hopefully, eventually, it will be 100% Botswana. And that's what we want to see. We want to come back here maybe in a year's time after the MOU and see designers in terms of jewelry, not just couture. We want to talk, I'm talking couture here, guys. I'm not talking just basic design here. So please, and I'm looking in this direction. I hope I'm looking in the right direction. Oh, I should be looking everywhere here. But I see a lot of designers this side here. But I think for us as Lucara Botswana, and without belaboring the discussion, it's important to see the downstream activities and to see Botswana participating in that. And that has been our dream and our vision for time immemorial, since 2018, let's put it that way. And to see it coming to fruition today is such an honor. It is such an honor, Ambassador, for you to allow us to be here, to invite us to this occasion and to invite us into this collaboration. It is so important, and what's really critical for me is that, you know, we talk about the Paris Fashion Week. And, you know, when we talk about that, it's such a high-profile week. We want to bring it here. And we want to have you guys at the forefront of this Fashion Week. It's a tongue twister for me today. We want you guys at the forefront of this Fashion Week. We want to make it authentically Botswana. We want to make it authentically Botswana in terms of its diamonds, in terms of its bags, in terms of its litesi, and whatever comes with it, right? So, you know, this is the start, and one of the things that I'm now looking at KB right now, one of the things that we struggle with is to bring in the young entrepreneurs to the forefront, but funding is always a problem. So I look to the banks, especially Absa, since we're in partnership, that there's platforms for the young designers and the young jewelry designers as well to have an opportunity to bring forward their vision and their creativity and make it a business, an international business. And you know, I had the pleasure about a month ago to walk the floors of the academia where the designers were actually being trained. And one of the designers from Cape Town, if I'm not mistaken, that was training the individuals, actually said to us, this was one of the best programs, actually the best programs that they've ever seen in Africa. So I think the students that have come on board, the 28 students, you should be privileged to have something that is so great here in Botswana. And we hope hopefully in the next couple of years, it will accelerate and get better. So we're hoping that this partnership will grow, Ambassador, and through your office and the team that you have, we will see this grow on an annual basis. And coming back to my comment that I made 2 weeks ago, we want to see Botswana Fashion Week here. And on that note, I'd like to thank you all. And thank you so much for the platform, and looking forward to sit here and say.
Absa Bank Botswana's CEO affirmed the bank's commitment to building a broader community of creative thinkers and entrepreneurs who power local economies through innovation.
This program, from my perspective, is more than celebration of fashion, but rather it's a powerful demonstration of what is possible when vision, creativity, and collaboration come together. As a bank that believes in empowering Africa's tomorrow together, one store at a time, we are very proud to support the Botswana creative economy. Remember, as a bank, we can only grow if you entrepreneurs grow. And that is why it remains a very pivotal to our strategy and in everything that we do. Through our partnership in this program, we are investing not only in fashion, but in entrepreneurship, youth development, and inclusive growth. I often say this, sometimes as people that are trusted with leadership position, where we've got the power to influence the direction, the power to build, and the power to aspire. I often say it becomes a reality to you when you wake up every day and you see your child at home, and you realize that in this country there's still more that needs to be done to support the youth and grow them accordingly. Therefore, it has been encouraging really for me to see the designers across the country stepping forward with bold ideas and strong business acumen. At Absa, we understand that talent needs opportunity. If you don't create opportunity for talent, talent will never flourish. That is why we are awarding part of the prize, which is 50,000 Pula prize, to one of the outstanding pitch, because we believe in recognizing creativity that is visionary, viable, and sustainable. And I do hope the winner will bank with us.
Absolutely.
Our involvement here really builds a wider commitment to entrepreneurship and our citizenship strategy. From our ongoing Women in Business workshops, and I would like to see many women, beautiful women that I see here in our next workshop, because that's the workshop that will equip you in terms of how do you grow your business, how do you access different markets, how do you perfect your business from day one to continue accessing finance from commercial banks. So I do encourage you, ladies, that you are in the creative industry to really become part of our Women in Business workshop. We equally have the Ready to Work Youth Skills platform, our support for SMEs through helping them to access finance and financial literacy, as well as the mentorship program that we run. That is just to say we are intentional about helping Botswana turn ideas into an impactful and meaningful business.
Participants of the program expressed their gratitude, noting how the mentorship and exposure have significantly sharpened their business skills and global outlook.
We've had to teach ourselves, fund our own ideas. We've had to find ways to keep going. It's a lot, and it's also having to convince people that what we do is not just art, but a way in which we can be able to create jobs, grow an economy, and also build national pride. Some of us have even had to find other unstable ways of trying to keep on. And sadly, some people have even hung up their tape measures for good. Some people have left us in the industry because, well, they just couldn't go on anymore. Which is why programs like Création Botswana are very important for us. Création Botswana isn't just a program. For us, it has been a statement telling us that your ideas matter, and most importantly, your work has value. And I'd like to highlight the word work there, because what we do is work as well, and it's equally important. As a member of the cohort 2, I have been amazed by how this program has met us exactly where we were as established designers. They didn't just make assumptions about our businesses just based off the size or how much we make. Instead, they began with a proper needs assessment, a real honest look at where we were struggling and what we were struggling with. The program wasn't generic. It was crafted to tackle the gaps that hold us back and build on the strengths that we individually have. And they didn't stop there. Each of us was paired with a highly experienced mentor, people who have held hands with us throughout the program. They've helped us rethink our business strategies and implement the best practices for our businesses. It's been like having someone to walk with you through the wilderness with a torch. And for that, we're truly grateful for this program for. Another incredible part of this journey has been getting the rare access to the inner workings of some of Africa's leading fashion names, among those being Maxhosa Africa, Imprint, David Lale, Tebe Magugu, just to name a few. We got to see the real back end and how they structure their businesses, manage their production, handle international markets, and stay relevant on the global stage.
Today, I've been selected as a participant of Création Botswana to speak on behalf of my cohort, which is cohort 1, and just to reflect on how I got to know about the Création Botswana program. So I applied for the program in October 2024 after a family member came across the post on Instagram. So I took a moment to read more about the program, and I immediately felt very drawn to apply. I was eager to learn more. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I was eager to learn more and grow my knowledge on the fashion industry from a structured and professional perspective. I remember scrambling through documents to find something that could best represent my work. And after attending the introductory program session at Avani, I became even more motivated to apply for the program. What really stood out for me with regard to the Création Botswana program was the strong mission to empower and elevate Botswana fashion designers to a global standard. This vision truly resonated with us as cohort members. Looking back at my experience with Création Botswana, it has been nothing short of incredible. As a collective, we have been exposed to new knowledge, mentorship, and first-hand insight from industry professionals, from local experts, and continental trailblazers. Every session helped us broaden our understanding of the fashion business, and we came to realize how big and layered the fashion world is. And how we as Botswana designers fit into this big picture. One thing that I would really like to appreciate about this program is how practical it was. We got to see behind the scenes of global brands like Maxhosa, and we got to visit more intimate and highly functional studios like Muso Maxwell. And to me, this was really eye-opening, and it just showed us that It showed us that success is not only about talent, but it's about structure, systems, and consistency.
For many, it's a stepping stone toward owning a competitive brand on the continental fashion scene. However, challenges persist. The Director of Creative and Cultural Sector Development at the National Arts Council highlighted systemic issues such as the reluctance of local retailers to stock Botswana-made fashion, citing unmet volume demands and supply constraints.
To be honest with you, this program has really unraveled a lot of, realities of our designers. And I'm just going to give you a synopsis of what normally happens and why we are where we are, outside the production of China and mass produce and costs, etc., etc. Initially, when we embarked on this program, we started consulting all the retailers to really understand and get to the bottom of it, to say, why are you not, you don't have local products, especially in fashion. And what they exposed or what they expressed is not just the fashion industry, it's also the arts and crafts, the visual arts, right? And yes, South Africa has got the biggest hold. And part of it has been to do with supply and demand. Botswana we've never had the capability or the capacity to meet the local demand. And as I said, I'm speaking about fashion, also arts and craft. In my past life, I used to be in tourism. And in tourism, we're looking at luxury lodges in the Okavango Delta. We're talking about more than 100 lodges. And all of them have got little curio shops. They could not sell local products because local people could not meet the demand. Hence, you find products from Tanzania, Kenya, Malawi hitting our curio stores. Now back to the fashion world. We come to the fashion world. Most of our designers are funded by YDF. Now YDF, I'm not saying this to discredit any effort or whatever happens. YDF, when I sent through my application to become a fashion designer, mind you, take notice of this. I will only be interested in fashion because it's the only thing perhaps that I can do as an alternative, because I didn't do well at school. That's number one. I was never taught fashion at school. Primary, high school, no. So after I failed in the aspect of formal education, I will then say to somebody, I'm just looking for a job, help me. Then if I can do something with my hands, fashion industry is the one I can get into. That's number one. Secondly, I go to IDF and I apply. I want to become a fashion designer, please fund, I need to buy a machine. We came to discover that what YDF will do is that if one designer comes and looks for a machine or a certain machine, the whole country will be funded with one type of machine. We have never understood or even had the insight to do what we call strategic funding, where if I'm in the Chobe area, I will say I've got 50 applications from the fashion industry, and then you diversify their machines so that they can become a mobile factory. Should there be a demand, should there be an order, let's say of a uniform, then Chobe area can produce, because that one has got the machine that make plates, that one can make the whatever, all the different components, and then all of you working together, you can become a mobile man. So that has been our fault, greatly so, because we have never looked at the low-hanging fruits and how we can actually work together to ensure that despite our adversity or our challenges, we can find means to take advantage and to be at the forefront of our sector, including the fashion industry, including what our children wear, uniforms, everything is still bought outside. Now you look at the local retailers, you look at options, you look at JB Sports, everybody goes outside. Why are they not coming here? Capacity. It's also the quality of our produce. And we're coming in here, we want to compete, and we have to convince everybody that we are ready as well to be seen at par or even better than Woolworths. Now, if everybody's buying from South Africa and is buying from China, what are our stakes? We're competing with markets that they've taught their children the crafts from a very young age in schools, specialized schools. There is a huge gap that we have to meet.
This project isn't just about looking good, it's about economic diversification, job creation, and strengthening Botswana-France ties. The program also aligns with Botswana's Reset and Reclaim agenda, promoting sustainability, cultural exports, and regional creative collaboration. Do you think local fashion in Botswana is ready to take on global markets? Should government do more to support creatives beyond competitions like this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and don't forget to share with someone who's passionate about fashion, innovation, or local business. Let's support creativity where it matters. With the final fashion showdown just around the corner, Création Botswana is proving that the runway isn't just for looks, it's a launchpad for economic empowerment. We'll be watching closely as the country's top talent takes the stage. Thanks for watching SnapFlash, where we bring Africa's boldest stories straight to your screen. Stay stylish, stay inspired, and we'll see you in the next one.
Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.